For more than 20 years, one of the FBI's most trusted agents was living a lie. He walked into headquarters every morning with a badge on his chest and secrets in his mind. No one suspected him. No one questioned him. He was the hunter. But behind the scenes, he was the traitor. Robert Hanssen worked in counterintelligence. His job was to track foreign spies and protect American secrets. He had access to some of the most classified intelligence in the country, and that access made him powerful. Behind his calm expression was calculation. Hanssen studied the system from the inside. He understood surveillance. He understood investigations. And he understood exactly how to avoid detection. Instead of protecting secrets, he began selling them. He used old-school spycraft, dead drops in quiet suburban parks. No meetings, no handshakes, just envelopes hidden beneath tree stumps and rocks. Quiet exchanges that looked like nothing to the casual observer. For years, American intelligence quietly flowed to Russia. It was one of the most devastating betrayals in modern U.S. history, and it was happening from inside the FBI itself. At work, Hanssen remained composed, professional, methodical, calm. He even helped oversee investigations searching for the mole, never revealing that he was the one they were looking for. Documents were copied. Classified reports were photographed. Surveillance techniques were exposed. Every transfer weakened American operations overseas. He slipped documents into his briefcase as if it were routine paperwork. No dramatic gestures, no visible guilt, just quiet betrayal. At night, he typed encrypted messages from home. The glow of his computer screen lit his face as he communicated with Russian intelligence. For this, he was paid. Over time, he received more than $1 million in cash and diamonds. But money wasn't the only motive. Hanssen believed he was smarter than everyone around him. He felt underappreciated, overlooked. His ego demanded recognition, even if it came from America's enemies. Stacks of cash were left in safe deposit boxes. Dead drops became routine. He walked past them casually, blending into suburban life. No one noticed. While he counted his payments in dim lighting, damage spread across intelligence networks. Double agents were exposed. Operations collapsed. Some assets were arrested. Others disappeared without explanation. Back in Washington, investigators knew there was a mole. The leaks were too precise. The damage too targeted. But the traitor remained hidden. For years, suspicion moved from one agent to another. Hanssen stayed untouched. He understood how internal investigations worked. He knew how to stay one step ahead. Calm, composed, untouchable. Then, in 2000, everything changed. Information from a Russian defector pointed directly to Hanssen. Fingerprints, recorded conversations, financial evidence. The Bureau finally had direction, but they still needed proof, so they prepared a trap. A final dead drop was staged. Hidden microphones recorded the scene. Surveillance teams waited in silence. Hanssen arrived as he had so many times before, calm, confident, certain he was safe. He walked through the park. He bent down to retrieve the package. And in that moment, agents moved in. There was no chase, no dramatic resistance, just the sound of metal handcuffs locking shut. The man who hunted spies was one himself. In 2001, Robert Hanssen pleaded guilty to espionage. He admitted to betraying his country for more than 2 decades. He was sentenced to life in federal prison without parole. The halls he once walked in power were replaced by steel doors and concrete walls. Isolation, silence, time moving slowly. Today he sits alone in a small prison cell, the confidence that once defined him replaced by confinement, his world reduced to a narrow bed and cold gray walls. Robert Hanssen proved something unsettling. The greatest threats do not always come from outside. Sometimes they wear the badge, and sometimes they hide in plain sight.